Welcome to this detailed hands-on session on SAP Core Interface, commonly called as SAP SIF. The course is conducted by SCE-XPERTS. SIF is a SAP application used as a middleware interface and enables master data to be exchanged between SAP ECC system to connected SAP SCM system. This SCM system can be SAP TM system, SAP EWM system, or any other SAP SCM application. My name is Bala and I am a part of SCE-XPERTS. I will be leading you through this learning path. I would like to begin with a quick introduction of SCE-XPERTS. SCE-XPERTS is a passionate team of senior consultants and solution architects focused on logistics, execution applications, mainly SAP Transportation Management, SAP Extended Warehouse Management, and SAP Event Management, all of which form together SAP's supply chain execution platform. In this course, we will be explaining SAP SIF fundamental concepts theoretically, followed by hands-on exercise in an IDUS training system for maximum benefit. By the end of this course, you should be able to understand and work on SAP core interface in real-time assignments involving interconnected SAP ECC and SAP TM or EWM systems like an expert. The ideal students in this session would be SAP consultants working in any of the SAP modules. Also, core team members and business users work on SAP environment and actually dealing with master data exchange between ECC and SCM systems will benefit from this course. When we say master data exchange, this specifically means exchange of ECC objects, mainly customer master, vendor master, and materials master. Other ECC objects that can be transferred from ECC to SCM system are ECC plants, shipping points, batches, and class and characteristics. All these ECC objects flow to target SCM system. I wish you a great learning experience with us. Thank you. What is a core interface? What it contains? What is the definition? What kind of control it has embedded inside? SIF, commonly known as core interface, it is the central interface that connects SAP ECC system and SAP SCM systems. Whenever we use the word SAP SCM system, it points to SAP EWM or SAP TM, or it can be SAP APO. It can be SAP GTS. They all are the part of SAP SCM applications. SIF is an integrated part of the ERP system. And when we have two systems, ECC and any SCM, SAP SCM system, they must be connected. And there are two types of connections that exist, two types of data models that exist to make such connection between ECC and EWM or between ECC and TM. One is integration model. Master data unidirectionally flows from ECC system to connected SCM system. This flow is defined and controlled using creation and activation of integration models, which is a part of SAP core interface application. The second type of connection or second type of data model is to connect the transactional data with the help of BAPIs with the help of iDocs. And this is a bidirectional flow. It means data can go from ECC system to EWM, ECC to TM system, and it can also come back to ECC via these applications. So both the applications can send data to each other. This transactional data flow is defined and controlled using definition of distribution models. Interestingly, both type of models need to be defined only in ECC. So this is the master data which can flow from ECC to EWM. It can be a plant, it can be a shipping point, can be a ECC customer, vendor, and this is from ECC to EWM. This is unidirectional. It can be material master, it can be class and characteristics, it can be batches, and when it comes to the transactional data, it can be inbound document or it can be outbound documents. They communicate and they travel in both the systems. We will discuss about the uses of SIF in the next session. That is SAP core interface deep dive. We will discuss about the core interface. We will do this on in the system. We will also understand important BADIs that can be used in the SIF application. The BADIs that can be used in ECC, the BADIs which you can use in SCM system. We will also have a session on important tips, important take-home points, in which we would discuss about how to delete the integration models, what are the important T-codes in that, how to delete the SCM system objects, like how to delete the locations, what are the important T-codes, and reports to delete the locations and supply chain units. All these things we will discuss in session SAP SIF tips and tricks, and in the deep dive we would discuss about the important BADIs and hands-on in the system. Thank you for watching.
I am going to save this master data to the SCM system. It can be SAP TM system, it can be SAP EWM system, it can be SAP APO system, it can be SAP GTS, SAP Event Management. So these SCM systems, they can get ECC master data, and that master data is considered as external master data to these systems. So I will focus about the core interface functionality in this topic. I add a new worksheet by the name SIF, and we will discuss what is this SIF. SIF, as the full form says, its core interface. It is an age-old functionality within ECC and is used to send master data and transactional data to SCM systems. When it comes to APO, you can send certain transactional data as well. When it comes to specifically EWM and TM, you have certain master data which you can SIF. Like customer, ECC customers you can SIF to EWM, to TM, ECC vendors, ECC materials, ECC plant, ECC shipping points. So to ECC system, to TM system, you can SIF all these master data, and to EWM system, additionally, you can also SIF class and characteristics and batch master. I am using the word ECC in the beginning because when it comes to the master data, sending via SIF application, it is a unidirectional flow. It means only ECC can send the master data to these applications. Any change, any update you do in these applications, it doesn't flow back to ECC. If you make any change in the, let's say, customer master in ECC, in TM, that is a BP master, that change will not come back to TM. So let's say on the left hand side you have ECC applications, ECC, and I am SIFing them. So as we discussed, it is a unidirectional flow. It goes via SIF and comes to these applications. So it is a middleware application, you can say, and this SIF is always unidirectional. So this is the data model which is being used to transfer the master data. Now, when we use the word SIF, it is a two-step activity. Two-step means you have two T codes in ECC, CFM1, CFM2. CFM1 is create integration model, and CFM2 is activate integration model. Now what is this integration model? You create or you generate integration model. It is nothing but it contains the data. You specify what data you want to SIF, what data you want to move. You specify in the integration model at the time of creation of the model. Activate model means you move the data. The movement of the data, the flow starts when you start the T code CFM2 and you click on the start button. The movement of the data flows, the movement of the data starts in ECC system and it goes to the target connected SCM application. These T codes, they exist only in ECC. Now, when we SIF the master data, what it contains in the TM system, in the EWM system. So when you SIF the customer, it becomes a location in SAP TM, a supply chain unit in SAP EWM, and along with that, it also becomes a BP in all the SCM applications. If it is TM or EWM or anything else, it becomes a BP, business partner. When it comes to location, it is a TM specific object, and when it comes to supply chain unit, it is an EWM specific object. Functionally, they look as two objects, but technically in the backend, it is the same technical object. Same way, when you SIF a vendor, it becomes a location in SAP TM, a supply chain unit in SAP EWM, and a BP in SAP TM and EWM both. When you SIF a material, it becomes product master in SAP TM as well as in SAP EWM. When you SIF a plant, it becomes only location in SAP TM and supply chain unit in EWM. The BP does not get created when you SIF a plant. When you SIF a shipping point, again system creates location master in TM, supply chain unit master in EWM, and optionally, as part of standard, the BP doesn't get created, but you can activate the body and then the BP creation may happen. So BP creation doesn't become part of the, not part of standard, but can be done, but can be achieved. BP can be automatically created, like in vendor and customer. if the body is activated. There is a body that needs to be activated. We will discuss the name of the body. We will discuss the name of the SAP node which suggests this part. And then when you shift class and characteristics and batches, they become class and characteristics in the EWM system. So you get batch master and class characteristics in EWM system. Now, what is a location? How it looks like? What is the T code to access the location? The T codes of location master /n /SAP APO /LOC3. Optionally, you can use in SAP TM system /n /SCM TMS /LOC3. Normally, we use this SAP APO LOC3 because it also gives you some additional information. Since SIF is quite old functionality used since 1999-2000, almost 14-15 years now, that is why SAP has used the same naming convention of the T code, the same T code. It is just a usage of the complete functionality as it is, keeping the T code and the tables also with the same name. The supply chain unit, it can be seen using T code /n /SCMB /SCU main in the EWM system. And BP can be viewed using T code /n BP. How does a location look like? What it contains, we will see once the data is SIFT and the location is created, once the supply chain unit is SIFT and the supply chain unit is created. We will see the details, what data it contains. So I'm opening the system. I have certain master data that I created. I have a plant, which is an organizational unit in SAP ECC. But when it comes to EWM system, TM system, SCM application, plant is a master data. It is not an organizational data. The same applies to shipping point. It is a master data in these systems. It is not a organizational unit in SAP EWM, SAP TM, SAP APO. It is again a master data. The vendor code of the plant or the external vendor, they are nothing but they are vendors. They are again master data, material, customer. So we will sift all these master data. I am opening the ECC system. And I am going to display the customer. So you can see it has certain address information, Wilkinson Enclave, house number 67, postal code, city, country, state, that is a region, and transportation zone. It has some company code information like reconciliation account, which any SCM application doesn't need, and certain sales data like shipping condition, the Incoterms and payment terms, and partner functions. I am going to shift this customer. So as discussed, it is a two-step activity. I will start with CFM1 T code. I put it together that these are the T codes in ECC and T codes in SCM system. When we use the word SCM system, it can be any SCM system, APO, EWM, TM, emphasizing again on this part. So I go to the T code CFM1. Additionally, if we open the EWM system, and we try to find out that if this location, this supply chain unit exists in EWM. So we see that it doesn't exist as of now. I haven't sifted it yet. I am going to sift it, which is a two-step activity. Now I need an integration model. An integration model is made up of model name. SAP recommends that you create a model name and keep it same throughout the life cycle implementation of the life cycle of the assignment. So I am giving a model name, let's say training. Normally you can give the name of the client. If I am implementing Lenovo, let's say I can put Lenovo here. So I can have one model name which I will keep as it is. So I am just giving the name like training. Logical system is the target SCM system in which I am going to send the data. ECC can send the data to TM, it can send the data to EWM, it can send the data to APO. So I will need to know the name of the logical system of these applications. So in EWM system, I am opening the basis T code, and this is my client, and this is the name of the logical system, which I am picking and putting it here. APO application. SAP recommends that you use one APO application for one object. Since I am going to sift these 7 objects, I will need 7 integration models. All 7 will have same model name, they will have same logical system, but I will change them, I will distinguish them by the APO application. Since I am going to sift the customer, so I can give the APO application name as ECC customer. And you can see in this T code, CFM1, you can sift master data. You also have the option to sift transactional data like scheduling agreements, contracts, sales orders, and so on. When it comes to EWM, we sift only these 7 objects. When it comes to TM, we sift only these 5 objects. Now, since I am going to sift the customer, I select the customer and I can specify one or multiple customers. So I specify my customer code here, which I am going to sift, and what I want it to be created as in the SCM system. I want it to be created as a location or as a BP or a both. Location is nothing but supply chain unit. We discussed that technically they are same object. So whether I want a supply chain unit or only BP, or I want both, or whether I want only location, only BP, or both. So since a customer is needed as a location as well as a BP in TM, and it is needed as a supply chain unit and BP in EWM, I take the option create both. And as part of step 1, I execute. Additionally, since we have to keep on using the same model, SAP recommends that you don't create so many models. So I can just save this model, save this integration model, and I can keep on using that. So I give a name that this is my ECC customer. And I save it. Next time, instead of if I want to sift the customer again, I will not create a new model. I will simply select the variant and use that. So I am executing and creating the model, generating the model as part of step 1. So the model has been generated with the model name training, logical system, target logical system EWM CLNT 400, and the APO application ECC_CUST. As part of second step, I will be doing CFM2. Execute. The data automatically pops up. It fills up by default. The last model that you created, it shows up in this place. And I can select this line and click on active. And I select again and start. Once I start the activation, the flow of data begins. I click on start. I'm getting some message. I'm just bypassing this message. And application log, I want to see the log, I can. I don't want to see the log, it's okay. So I just click on yes. So all looks green signal. I open the EWM system again. And I open the T code. In this system, I have TM as well as EWM. They are deployed on the same box. I am first looking to the location master. So you can see a location has been automatically created in TM system. It is of location type 1010. I'll explain the location type concept as well. Now I am going to see the supply chain unit. And I pass the same object here as well. So you can see a supply chain unit also has been created, again of type 1010. 1010 is nothing but it's a customer. And if I want to see the BP, I can see the BP in location and supply chain unit. It is automatically created and assigned in both the objects, in supply chain unit object as well as location object. I can click on this button and it will automatically take me to the BPT code. Otherwise, additionally, I can open the T code and open this in a new window. I copy this. So you can see the BP also has been created. We will discuss in detail on this topic. We will continue this topic in the next class as well. We have to sift a lot of master data. We need to understand certain concepts and BADIs which can influence the SIF. We also need to understand what is the significance of fields in the location and supply chain unit. And all these fundamentals we will discuss and continue in the next class. Thank you so much, guys.
We are a team of SAP experts with strong experience and skill sets in SAP TM, SAP EWM, SAP EM. We operate in SAP TM, SAP EWM and SAP EM applications and offer on-site and offshore consulting and advisory services, end-to-end implementation and support, proof of concept builds to showcase potential of standard solution, specialized on-site trainings for corporates, online trainings for individuals.